Hello and welcome back everybody for more videos on finite element analysis. Today again we'll be solving one more sum on natural frequency for axial vibration using lump mass matrix and consistent mass matrix. So let's see the question. For a uniform cross section bar as shown in figure of length L is equals to 1 meter made up of a material having capital E 2 into 10 raised to 11 Newton per meter square and rho is equals to 7800 kg per meter cube. Estimate the natural frequency of axial vibration of the bar using both consistent and lump mass matrices. Use a two element mesh. If the exact solution is given by the relation Wi is equals to I pi upon 2L into under root of E upon rho, where I is equals to 1 to 3 or 5 up to infinity. Compare your answer and give your comments. Capital A, that is area, is 30 to 10 raised to minus 6 meter square, and the diagram which is given. So in this diagram there is a bar having fixed load, fixed support at one end. We have divided the bar into two elements, 1 and 2, having 3 nodes. So again the question is of axial vibration, that is important. We have to find out the natural frequency by using two methods, consistent and lump mass matrix, as well as we have to check it with the exact solution. So we'll see what is given here. Given that is L is equals to 1 meter, capital E is 2 into 10 raised to 11 Newton per meter square, rho 7800 kg per meter cube, area 30 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Now we'll find out the natural frequency first using consistent mass matrix. So what is important between consistent and lump mass matrix is the EME equation. Everything other than that remains same. What is the difference here is only the element matrix equation, right? So for element 1, the element matrix equation for consistent mass matrix is given by AE upon HE matrices, that is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 U1 U2 equal to W square rho A HE upon 6 2 1 1 2 U1 U2. So this is nothing but the EME equation for element 1 I have considered for consistent mass matrix. Now we'll cancel out this capital A here since area remains same and it is for both end side, you can cancel out each other. As well as HE value will be 0.5 meter. As you can see here I have taken HE as 0.5 meter. Reason being HE is nothing but the length of an element and we have considered two element and the overall length of the bar is 1 meter. That's why HE will be what? L by 2, that is 0.5, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Now we'll put all the values in equation here. So we'll get 2 into 10 raised to 11 upon 0.5, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 U1 U2 equal to W square 7800 0.5 6 matrices 2 1 1 2 U1 U2. Now what we'll do here, this 7800 will put as 7.8 into 10 raised to 3 and this 10 raised to 3 and 10 raised to 11 will cancel out each other, so it will remain 10 raised to 8 here. 2 upon 0.5 is nothing, 4. This matrix as it is, this will be as it is, W square, and here 7.8 into 0.5 divided by 6 will get 0.65. This term as it is, this term as it is. Now we'll put 4 inside this matrices and 0.65 inside this matrices. So it will be 10 raised to 8, 4 minus 4 minus 4 4 U1 U2 equal to W square 1.3 0.65 0.65 1.3 U1 U2. So we'll mark this as equation 1. Now for element 2, since the elements are same, the element matrix equation will also remain same for both the elements. So we can write directly the answer or the equation for the element 2 as 10 raised to 8 4 minus 4 minus 4 4 U2 U3 equal to W square 1.3 0.65 0.65 1.3 U2 U3. We'll mark this as equation 2. The only difference between this equation 1 and equation that is for element 1 and element 2 will be what? Element 1 is made up of node 1 and 2. That's why here U1 and U2. Element 2 is made up of node U2 and 3. That's why it is U2 and U3. Rest everything will remain same. Now we have to form global matrix equation. So how you will form global matrix equation? By combining equation 1 and 2 or assembling equation 1 and 2. First thing you should know is the global matrix equation order. The order of the GME here should be 3 by 3. How it is 3 by 3? It depends on the number of nodes in the equation or in the diagram. So here we have 3 nodes, 1, 2 and 3. That's why the order of GME will be 3 by 3. Now how to combine here? It will be, what I am writing here is nothing but the simple. As you know, this is 3 by 3 order, right? Now we have to combine this equation 1 and 2, and we know there are 3 nodes. So what we will do here, 3 by 3 means what? 1, 2, 3 node, 1, 2, 3 node, right? And for equation 1 I have written in very slightly, right? Here 1, 2, 1, 2 because it is made up of 1 and 2 nodes. For equation 2 I have written as 2, 3, 2, 3 because it is made up of 2 and 3. Now we have to just see the spaces and the term which is same we have to write. For example, for this term it is nothing but 1 and 1, right? So we have to check in equation 1 and equation 2 which is 1 and 1. So that is nothing but this term. You can see 4 here. This is nothing but 1 and 1. So I will write this term as it is. Next one, this term is nothing but 1 and 2. So I will check where it is 1 and 2. So I can get 1 and 2 here. So I have written 1 and 2, that is minus 4. 1 and 3. So this term that is nothing but 1 and 3. I have to check again here. 1 and 3 you will not find in equation 1, and again you will not find in equation 2. That means it is not there, so you will write 0. Next one is 2, 1. Right, 2, 1. So I will check in 2, 1. 2, 1 I have found out here in minus 4. So I have written minus 4. Next one is this term 8, that is 2 and 2. Now if you notice 2 and 2 term, that is node 2 and 2 is common in equation 1 and 2. That is, you will find out here 2 and 2 as well as it is there in here 2, 2. So that is common. So that is nothing, that time you have to add that term. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Next is 2, 3. 2, 3 is there in equation 2. So I have written from here minus 4. 3, 1. Again this 3 and this 1. This is not there in equation 1 as well as it is not there in equation 2. I can write directly now as 0. Similarly for 3, 2 and 3, 3 I will get from equation 2. That is minus 4 and 4. So in this way you will assemble the right hand side term as well and you will get the GME. Next thing is you have to impose the global boundary condition. Your global boundary condition is nothing but u1 equal to 0. Right? So when we put u1 equal to 0, your equation will reduce. Now how your equation will reduce? Whenever there is a term like u1 equal to 0 at both ends side, there is a trick method you can use. That, for example, here u1 is equals to 0. It's a first term, right? So what do you mean by that? You can remove first row and first column from your matrices and the remaining term will be equal to 0. So that is the way we will use the trick method, and we will remove first row and first column. So you'll get this term 10 raised to 8, 8 minus 4, 4, u2, u3 equal to w square, 2 minus 6, 0.65, 0.65, 1.3, u2, u3. I have removed the first row and first column from both the matrices, so you'll get this term, right? Next I will take this term right hand side to the left hand side, so it will become subtract, and we will take u2, u3 common and will use the property of your matrices and you will just subtract the terms. So it will become 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus 2.6 w square. For second term, minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus w square 0.65. For the third term, minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.65 into w square. So this is that. And the fourth term, 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 1.3 w square, and u2, u3 equal to 0. Now we know for non-trivial solution, this term which is there in the matrices, we should take the determinant of that and equate it to 0. So we have done that only, equated to 0. Now we will just cross multiply this. So this term into this term minus this term into this term. So you'll get this one equal to 0. Now you have to just multiply this bracket into this bracket. You have to open it and you will to simplify it. So after simplification you will get this equation as 2.9575 w raised to 4 minus 26 into 10 raised to 8 w square plus 16 into 10 raised to 16 equal to 0. So this is what you will get this. Now you will put this equation in your calculator and you will find out the quadratic. You will consider this as a quadratic equation. So you will get an answer in terms of w square, and after that you will take the square root of it. So we will put this in calculator in the form of quadratic equation. So you will get the answer as w square as what? 812539.840.6 or 66581038.5. So this is what we have got after putting the equation into calculator. Now we'll take the square root of this one. So we'll get W is equal to 28505.08 radian per second, or W is equals to 8159.72 radian per second. So this is where we'll find out the natural frequency using consistent mass matrix. Now we will solve the same thing by using lump mass matrix. The equation for the lump mass matrix is AE upon HE 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 U1 U2 is equal to W square rho A HE upon 2 bracket 1 0 0 1 U1 U2. The only difference between the consistent and the lump mass matrix is this EME equation, and that too this term. Other than that, full procedure will remain same. So what is difference is that this term as well as this matrices. This is the difference between consistent and lump mass matrix. Now we'll cancel out again capital A here, and we'll put all the values of E, HE, rho A, HE or 2. So we'll put all those values, again simplify in the similar manner. So we'll get 4 into 10 raised to 8 this bracket U1 U2 W square 1.951001 U1 U2. We'll put this 4 inside this matrices, 1.95 inside this matrices. 10 raised to 8, 4 minus 4 minus 4 4 U1 U2 W square 1.9500 1.95 U1 U2. So this is what is your equation 3. This is for element 1. Same thing, since the element are same, EME equation will remain same. That means your answer will remain same for element 1 and 2. The only difference between here will be what? Since element 1 is made up of node 1 and 2, that's why here it is U1 U2. Element 2 is made up of node 2 and 3, that's why here it will be 2 and 3. Other than that, everything will remain same. That's why we can write directly 10 raised to 8 4 minus 4 minus 4 4 U2 U3 W square 1.9500 1.95 U2 U3 equation 4. Now we have to assemble this equation 3 and 4 to find out the global matrix equation. Again, the global matrix equation will be of order 3 by 3, and again we'll mark this equation, equation 3 and equation 4 slightly. Here 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 means here it is made up of node 1 and 2, that's why I have written this 1 2, and equation 4 is made up of 2 and 3 node, that's why 2 3 2 3. Just see the comparison of the table and then you can find out which term we have to put where. Next is after assembling, we'll get this equation 10 raised to 8 4 minus 4 0 minus 4 8 minus 4 0 minus 4 4 U1 U2 U3 W square 1.95 0 0 0 3.9 0 0 0 1.95 U1 U2 U3. So after assembling you'll get this one. Next is impose global boundary condition. Now your boundary condition here is U1 is equals to 0 since it's a fixed support. Again, when we will put U1 is equals to 0 here, we can use a trick method. When we put this value here, we can remove that column and that row. So for example, U1 is in first row, right? So I can remove the first row and first column. So your equation will drastically reduce and your sum will reduce and it will take lesser time to solve. So 10 raised to 8 8 minus 4 minus 4 4 U2 U3 equal to W square 3.900 1.95 U2 U3. I'll take this term from the right hand side to the left hand side. So this is that equation. Then we'll take U2 U3 common and then we will subtract this term by using simple properties of matrices. So 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus 3.9 into omega square. Second term is minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus omega square into 0. So it will cancel out. Next is minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus omega square into 0. So again it will not be there. 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 1.952 omega square. U2 U3 equal to 0. Now for non-trivial solution, we know that we need to take the determinant of this matrices that we have taken here, that is equal to 0. We will cross multiply here and then we will simplify it to get this equation, that is 7.605 W raised to 4 minus 31.2 into 10 raised to 8 W square plus 16 into 10 raised to 16 equal to 0. Again we will put this equation as a quadratic equation in calculator and we'll get two values, and that values will be in terms of W square. So W square is equal to 350175750 or 600806660.27. Now since it's a W square, that is in square, we will take the square root of this. So W is equal to 18712.98 radian per second. Square root of this is 7751.17 radian per second. So in this way we'll find out the natural frequency for lump mass matrix. Now The other thing which is given is the exact solution. Now exact solution which is given here is Wi is equals to I pi 2L under root E upon rho. Now for I is equals to 1, we will just put the value where I is equals to 1, pi as it is, 2 as it is, L value 1, E value 2 into 10 raised to 11, rho value 7800. We'll put this value, will get 7954.03 radian per second. Next we'll take I is equals to 3, since here it is given in the question where I is your odd terms, that is 1, 3, 5, 7, like that up to infinity. That's why we'll take I is equals to 3 here. So it will be 3 pi upon 2L under root E upon rho. All values you'll substitute here, will get 23862.11 radian per second. So in this way we have got values from exact solution. Now when you tabulate the result, you'll understand by comparing. So this is the tabulate result: consistent mass, lump mass and exact one, W1 and W2. So for consistent 28505.08 we got, for lump mass 18712.98 we got, and for exact we got 23862.11. Similarly for W2 we got 819.59.72, 7751.17 and 7954.3. So in this way we have tabulated the result for consistent, lump mass and exact. So we have completed the sum on consistent mass and lump mass matrix, which is very important. So for more videos on FEA, finite element analysis, keep watching the channel, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.